Bringing the news and information you need from the campus of the University of Miami. This is a special edition of Comcast Newsmakers.
Hi everybody, welcome back to our show. Spiro Canton coming to you from our vantage point here, poolside lakeside at UM. This hour's newsmakers are Chalik Chalik, Debi Chalik, co-partners in a personal injury law firm called Chalik Chalik, creative. And of course, what we're talking about here is, are new tires actually new tires? And it's very interesting. You have come across a case that shows that there's a lot of fallacies in the born-on dates and the expiration dates of different tires.
Absolutely. We are currently handling a case of a young man who was driving on 595, and the rear passenger tire, the tread completely just fell apart. The entire tire unraveled. And it turned out that the tire was the original spare tire with the vehicle, and it happened to be 10 years old at the time of the accident. So what we've learned through the case is that even though that tire had never hit pavement before and looked perfectly fine, in other words, the tread was perfectly deep, there was nothing wrong with it, and looking at it, the inside of the tire actually corrodes over time.
Well, who's at fault in this case?
Well, it's our position that the tire industry and motor vehicle industry has a duty to inform their consumers that tires that have never been driven should not be driven if they're more than 6 years old.
And you're saying that there's a code that people can take a look at that tells them when this tire was manufactured.
Right. Every tire has a code, and I brought a tire today. And I can show you what that code means. And each tire is stamped with the exact week and the exact year that the tire is made. But the average consumer doesn't know that.
When is it safe to have a tire, and when there should be an expiration date?
Right. Well, we believe that there should be an expiration date, that a tire that has not been driven and is 6 years old or more is unsafe to drive. But the tire's rubber, with the heat of Florida, the rubber deteriorates. If you do have a tire on a car and it's 10 years old or more, that tire should be checked and may not be suitable to drive as well.
When you buy a new tire, is it a new tire, or do you think that they keep these tires on stock for a long time?
Well, what we've learned through our research is that there are plenty of tire retailers out there that do have tires on their shelves that could be 8-10 years old. So
Are you kidding?
Yeah,
wow.
when you purchase, as our client did, he actually went and purchased a tire to put in the spare position. That tire that he actually purchased was 8 years old, and he would have never known that, obviously, just looking at it.
Does a tire retailer know this, and did it know there's an expiration date on these tires where it's not safe?
They do know. I mean, the tire industry is aware because the U.S. Department of Transportation has done their own research and has made Congress aware that tires should not be driven if they've never touched pavement and they're more than 6 years old, because there's this inherent defect where the metal inside the tire corrodes and the rubber itself dries out. So they are aware of this. And
what happened to your client?
Well, unfortunately, he suffered a catastrophic brain injury. He's currently at a brain injury institute in Wauchula, Florida.
And it was because his back tire actually blew out.
Yep, and what happens is when the tire tread separates like that, you lose control of the vehicle. You have absolutely no power over your steering wheel, and the vehicle flipped, and especially SUVs are very susceptible to that occurring with the center of gravity.
Where do you find that code that's on the tire?
If you look at the tire, on the outside ring of the tire, there's a 4-digit code. And that 4-digit code tells you the week that the tire was made and the year the tire was made. So if you see 12/05, that's the 12th week of 2005.
Interesting. So go out there and check your tires right now to find out what kind of shape they're in and how old they are.
Right. As soon as I had this case, that was the first thing that I did.
Okay.
I checked my car.
Thank you very much. This hour's newsmakers, Chalik and Debi Chalik, talking about tire safety. Thanks for joining us on Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Spiro Canton at the U.
The preceding has been a special presentation of Comcast Newsmakers from the campus of the University of Miami. And now back to CNN Headline News.